I'm just having a time of my life.
And Blinken is
I
just
don't know.
sleeping in his bed
Yeah.
with his little cat dragon thing. Yeah, Inchi made a new friend, and these guys are just committing violence. Welcome to Wicked City. This is a Dungeons & Dragons game of heists and criminal politics where a group of petty thieves race to find the Vault of Dragons and its 1,000,000 gold coins. Our players are Schizofreak as Blinken the Gnome Ranger, Kirbitha as Huel the Halfling Bard, Brax as Thorgrin the Dwarf Barbarian, and Sean as Inchi the Goblin Wizard. In the last episode, the Half-Pints got teaching positions at El Torchel Academy for their plan to steal the Golden Mandolin during an upcoming talent show. They met Elzerna Castellanter and discovered that she is followed by something demonic that calls her sister. Huel and Thorgrin made plans to bribe a guard and went to scope out Castellanter Manor, and Inchi went to his goblin village and discovered the Ruby Rabbits were trying to recruit his family. We're going to pick back up in Trollskull Manor with Blinken, Aranax, Lith, and Schemo Weirdbottle. Schemo is looking through a few of his notes and drinking some of the rancid wine that y'all have. Lith is idly cleaning glass bottles and glasses and picking up little bits of debris here and there. Blinken, what are you doing?
Well, first thing is, since we kind of discovered the fact that maybe there's a connection with Huel and the salesman, but obviously for my character, it's kind of speculation because he doesn't know that, right? So,
well, what you do know that the salesman is weird, mysterious, and magical. He just kind of showed up one time where y'all were to try to offer Huel a deal. You know that he controls Little Inchi, the imp raven that follows y'all around but has been missing all day. You know, you can put two and two together. You don't have confirmation, but you have a pretty strong feeling.
Right. Well, regardless, we're going to need to talk to Huel about it anyway. See, probably Blinken first while thinking about it. He looks at Aranex and then back at Schemo and kind of clears his throat and asks, "Hey, do you know, and I point at the dragon, do you know that's kind of forbidden around here, so do you know a way to hide this big dragon if I need him around? Like, I know there's probably some magical property somewhere, but I don't know if you know any connections. Maybe I won't spend an arm and a leg to get something."
He says, well, that's the thing. If you want some kind of permanent cover for him, it is going to cost you an arm and a leg. There are certain wizards in the city that could make protective charms that could change how he looks to other people. Or you could find a wizard that could cast a disguise spell on him every day or every hour of every day, but that's a lot of work. He says it's not hard to do. Like we said, Lady Growlhound is an ancient red dragon, and she looks like a human every day. So it's not impossible. He says, I know a few old wizards. I think I know one of Elminster's old apprentices. I think we're not on good terms, but I think if you went there and didn't mention my name, and you paid him, a couple hundred gold pieces, he could make you a permanent charm. There's also an underground illegal creatures thing here in the city. I've known people that smuggled out griffin eggs from the griffin cavalry and stuff like that, and they hide them as big pet birds or big salamanders or things like that.
Okay, all right. Because that could work too. I wonder.
You could also make them invisible. Then you'd run the risk of him bumping into someone or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. And the thing is that obviously I don't really need his presence unless we're going to a place that needs his presence, right? Like, especially if we're gonna have to deal with sort of fighting somewhere that I might need some help, right? So, shit, there's some options here.
And you look over at Aranax, and he's like just pawing at a dead rat.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I mean, like I said, we're gonna need him one way or another. So, I mean, if anything, maybe I'll look into one of those options because probably the easier one is hopefully it's not as crazy as getting a couple hundred gold for like a disguise for the pet type thing, but I guess I could venture through there and see what we got. I mean, you know the locations of these people, I would assume.
Yeah, I can figure that out. And that's just the options that cost money.
Right.
There's a dangerous option too, but I don't know if you want to hear that one.
I don't think right now, especially of how important he is to this whole, Volt situation.
Oh, not dangerous for him, dangerous for you.
Oh,
Have you ever been by Dragonstaff Tower?
a couple of times, yeah.
He goes, yeah, it's closed to the public because of all the ghosts and creatures that haunt it now, but that's where the dragons used to hang out back in the day. They'd be there in their dragon form, or they'd go there and have meetings in their human form. I'm sure there's something in that tower, maybe a protective charm or a disguise charm that they used. Because back in the day, there were 50 to 75 dragons that lived in this city. Not all of them are as skilled with magic as the great ancient dragons. So I'm sure that they have a few charms or gemstones or something in there that could help you out.
Maybe I could get the group at some point and help us out with that. That would be probably a good option.
He goes, yeah, it'd be a real dungeon crawl, though.
Well, we'll probably have to do it after this whole debacle of being a teacher.
He goes, yeah, I'm really looking forward to going and teaching a bunch of noble brats how to sing. Gonna be lovely. Just great.
Yeah,
well, I'm not your captive anymore, right? So, I can go back to my tower and sleep in my bed, right?
I mean, I don't see why not, as long as, we keep in contact. And look, I'm not holding you captive. I'll let you do what you want, because I think, again, we are in good terms and we understand what's in stake. So
yeah, this is good for the both of us. Yes, absolutely.
But I'm sure we'll catch up and meet up at the school, because we're gonna need some planning after the fact that we're done with the teachings.
Yeah. So they're holding my friends at Riven's Inn. I'm going to disguise myself as our lawyer, go there, talk to them, make sure they're okay. And then I'm going to go back to Kolat Towers for the night. I hope you have a good one, man. And hey, I wanted to talk to you. That Inchi fellow, I get it. We have beef. I attacked him. He also attacked us. I'm willing to put that behind me so we can work together. But he seems to be having some issues with that. Could you talk to him about it, because I can ignore him for so long if it's just something he's got to get out of his system. But if he wants a street fight, I can do that too.
I mean, I'll talk to him. I don't know if he'll listen. He likes to eat garbage and do some random shit. So I'm gonna give my 2 cents to him and see what he'll do. But if it comes to a street fight, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm okay with it, because I think that would be a mistake on his end personally. But
Yeah, it would. So he picks up that bottle of rancid wine that he's been drinking out of. It's about halfway gone, and he starts sauntering out of the building. He says, "It's a damn shame. Think me and him could have been friends if we met on better terms."
Yeah. I mean, it's a shame, because I told the others, I've helped you out because you seem like a decent fella, and I don't see any sort of pure hatred like your other friends are, and that's a shame. So
You call him a decent fellow, and he looks to the ground like he's slightly embarrassed about that, or like he doesn't believe it himself. And he says, yeah, thanks, Blinken. See ya, Aaron X. See ya, Liff. And he salutes Liff, and Liff raises a spectral hand and salutes back. And he exits Troll Skull Manor and walks off into the night. Blinken, Aaron X looks up at you and goes, and he sends you a mental image of your bed here in Troll Skull Manor, and then he sends you the image of a question mark.
I'll nod, and I'll also kind of talk to him and say, look, I know you could understand me, and one of these days I'm gonna have to. Right now I'm dealing with a sort of teaching assignment for a couple of weeks or so. Afterwards, I need to figure out how to properly hide you, because if you're out in the public, and I point outside and everything, if you're out in the public, that's not good, because it's kind of forbidden, and you'll probably, I don't know what they're going to do to you, to be honest. So I just want to make sure that you understand that I'm trying to figure things out for you and keep you as safe as I can, even though you're not with me 24/7. Just understand that I'm always going to show back up. Just trust me, and hopefully we could figure things out in the end. All right, let's just go to bed.
Yeah, he like rubs around on your leg like a cat does, and he growls as he does that, making his whole body vibrate like a sign of trust.
Yeah.
And then he runs over to the window and he cranes his neck and he can see outside. And he gets down and then he starts walking with you towards the beds. And he sends you these mental images, and they're odd. They're disconnected. They seem to be from his point of view or from some kind of person's point of view, walking the streets of Waterdeep. Still images, one at a time, but it appears to be some kind of man walking the streets of Waterdeep. A short man with this yellow skin and this big golden beard and these fancy red robes. And he's walking along the street and he stops at a market and he has like you see the image of the person selling fruit laughing, and he hands over a couple gold coins, and then he walks down the street and he hands a bunch of fruit to some street kids out there, and then he just continues walking along the street, telling you that at one point, he was a real like ancient dragon who could make himself look like a humanoid, and he's walked this city and he misses it.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of smile and nod. And I'll be like, one day. I promise you that one day.
Y'all walk up here and you begin to go to your bedroom, and then here in the corner by the fireplace, poking at a dead rat, is little Inchi. It's just poking at that dead rat, and when you come along, it flies up here onto this chair, and it goes, "Blinken! Good to see ya, man. Where you been all day?"
Hey, you little shit. Where's your master?
He goes, "Actually, he's coming by here. He's got a deal to offer you." And then he goes, and he opens his beak, and he opens it really wide, and a pair of hands like pushes the beak open, and then a leg steps out, and then another leg, and then this whole body just steps out, and then there's this person there that you've seen once before, and he goes, yes, Blinken. I've heard of you. You're pretty industrious. You're a great guy, a really great guy, probably the best in all of the deep, I've heard. My name is Avi. I would love to help you out."
As I like raise my eyebrow when he's like talking this shit.
As he steps out, you notice that there's no like spittle or grime or anything wrong with his fancy little coat and his little kerchief tie. He's got a mustache and he has slicked back hair and he has a wonderfully pleasant smile on his face. And he goes, "And yes, is this Aranax, the dragon, the best dragon that's ever been, the best dragon in all of Faerun? No, I'm sorry. All of Toril?" And he like reaches down to try to pet Aranax, and Aranax immediately backs away, perches up his ears and flares out his wings and goes,
Yeah.
"Oh my, full of spirits. Just like the legends say, wonderful."
What do you want? Avi? Is that your name, Avi?
You can call me Avi. People call me different names. I'm very well known around here. But you could call me Avi.
Okay, Avi. What do you want? Why are you here?
Well, I want to help you. I want to help you and your friends because I think you're the most industrious people in the city, the most determined people in the city. And he begins pacing back and forth, and he says, "And my, Blinken, all of you have quite a lot on your plate. You have this gold dragon that you need to have with you at all times to help protect you and help get you to the vault. And you need to help him reassemble all the parts of the gemstone that makes him up so he can be whole again. Inchi has these family problems. Huel has all this debt. There's so many things to do. And I would love to simplify things for you. So, if you'd let me, I want to make a deal, a very good deal, the best deal that's ever been done, and I want to help you disguise Aranax however you'd like. You could make him invisible, you could make him a dog, you could make him a cute little cat. Oh, wouldn't he look great as a cute little cat?"
Blake just looks at him kind of dumbfounded, and he clears his throat and says, "Well, one question. How do you know about the vault?"
He says, "Oh, I've been around in this city for a while. I've heard the rumors. I used to be friends with Daggolt Neverember. Maybe, he came over a few times. I went over a few times. We were friendly. We did a few business deals back in the day."
Right. Okay. So, from what I've heard, again, and I do air quotes, rumors, gossip, whatever you want to call it, You
Oh, they say the most vile things about me here on these streets. Don't believe any of them. I am here to help. I am a friend. I want you and your friends to get to the Vault of Dragons first.
why? What's your goal in the vault? Why do you want the vault?
Well, Blinken, he walks right up to you and he looks you dead in the eye and he says, Blinken, it's because you're a good person. You're a hard-working person. You would know what to do with that gold, and you would know that that gold is far too much for you to spend on your own. See, Blinken, I want to change this city. I want to make it the greatest city on Toril. I want to make it amazing. And to do that, we're going to need a little bit of startup funds. You see the people out there begging on the streets? You know what they're not doing? They're not helping make this city amazing. They're wasted potential. They could be out there living lives, renting houses, buying things, starting their own businesses, and this city just kicks them to the curb. We need to do something to help those people, don't you think? And
Okay.
again, you hear those words of Schemo. The salesman will never lie to you. He always tells the truth. You should never, ever trust him.
Right. So Blinken soaks the information in, and he'll remember the warnings and stuff, and also the fact that the deals would often lead to something bad anyway, especially with what happened to Foggy, right? So
Yes, but that was a deal they made.
yeah,
They made a deal that one of them would die and the rest of them would get full health and full spell slots back. And he honored that deal. He took Froggy's soul and he gave them back all their HP and spell slots. And they were
Right.
able to defeat Manchun and Victoro.
Right. So what? So Blinken thinks about it for a second, and and he looks back at this Avi character, and he's like, so what are you specifically? Are you just a trickster demon? Are you some sort of devil? Is this why you're trying to make deals with people?
Oh, people always say the worst things about me, nasty things, frankly, the most awful things said about anyone ever. No, I am a salesman. I am a businessman. I make deals. Yes, I get something from people, but people always get something from me. I am an honorable man. As far as what I am, no, and he points to his whole body. This handsome figure before you is not exactly what I am, but my full form can't be here on the material plane. I'm sure you understand. Kind of like how Aranex can't just go running about the street. If people saw him, oh, there'd be an upheaval, there'd be a panic. If people saw me, they would lose their minds.
Okay, another question. What?
He says, how about this? 2 more questions, because my time is finite.
Okay. What are your connections with Galanis?
Who?
Galanis, a fancy 2-gallon, 10-gallon hat or whatever that talks with a funky accent. And somehow when I returned back to him, there was some type of chain and, demon footprints everywhere. So do you have any connections with Galanis?
The used cart salesman looks over to Little Inchy, and Little Inchy says, it's that guy that told them about the Vault of Dragons. Remember, boss, I told you about him? Smelled like sulfur. I think he went to the hells a few times. And the used cart salesman goes, ah, yes, him. Don't know him.
All right, I'm going to roll insight on that.
Go ahead.
I rolled a 14.
14. He is telling the truth. He does not know who Galanis is.
Hmm.
I did hear what happened to him, though. Most unfortunate. See, that's why you need protection in the city. That's why you need friends like me.
Okay. So, he just kind of thinks for a second.
He says, there are humans that come in and out of all 9 layers of my domain all the time, and I don't know everyone that comes in and out. I don't know everyone in the city. I like to meet people face to face, and of course there's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. It isn't like a one-way traffic thing.
Yes, and there are some nasty creatures where I come from. Pit fiends, ice fiends, chain devils. They just run around doing their own thing, so disorganized, so chaotic, I despise it. I really hate it. The world needs some order, some rules, so that everyone can flourish.
All right. One more question and we could talk about this deal here. Do you know anything about what's that girl's name? And you said The girl with the golden dress. That girl. Do you have that?
Elzerna Castellanter.
Elzerna. That's what I can't remember that damn name. Elzerna. That's the name. I need to write
I
that.
can't remember it either. I keep fucking it up. It's right there on her token, and I'll be looking at it and pronounce it completely differently.
Yeah, that's why I'm like all confused.
I think I've told her
Elzerna.
Elsa at one point.
Elzerna Castellanter. What do you know anything at all about this girl?
Of course, I've done business with the Castellanters a lot, and Elzerna is just the most cheerful little girl. She has so many dreams in her heart, but no, I don't really have a personal relationship with her.
She's being followed as well. That's why I was wondering.
Well, I'm sure many people follow her around. Her
No,
attendants,
no.
her guards, her
I'm talking about other entities. That's why I'm wondering. Chains and all that stuff too. That's why, I thought maybe you had a deal there.
Seems like some specific information that would help you out quite a lot. I'd be happy to tell you anything and everything that's going on with the Castellanters. You just have to make it worth my while too.
That means you know something.
Alright, Sean. So when we last left you, you were arriving to your village and you discovered that the ruby rabbits were there. Your mother was talking to the people of your village about how they needed to rise up and protect themselves against the oncoming Castellanters. I have found this map that I'm going to use as the Goblin Village. This up here to the north is the Soup Hut. There are a few other buildings here, but mostly everybody lives in little ramshackle huts or they live in tree houses and stuff in their nice little village life here. You are currently down here. There are members of your family all about, as well as members of the Ruby Rabbits all around. And then up here is your mother, who I've named Mama Inshi, and standing behind her is Thromstroker Cause and Sinesh of Thresh. So your mother just finished speaking. She said, "We will not let these Castellanters, these nobles, come and take our village simply because of a piece of paper that was signed 200 years ago. It isn't right." And then the goblins of the village begin clapping, and a few of the members of the Ruby Rabbits say, "Rise up, rabbits! Rise up, rabbits!" Inshi, you're down here. What do you do?
And she walks up into the middle of the crowd, looks up at his mother and says, Are we being attacked by rabbits?
And she goes, "Itchy, my little boy." And a couple of the goblins turn around, and they're different members of your family, and they're all ecstatic and happy to see you. These Ruby Rabbits tokens, they're not all rabbits. I just think it's fun if most of the Ruby Rabbits are different type of animal creatures. So,
Yeah, sure.
there's a tabaxi here, which is a cat person. There's a Aarakocra here. There's a rabbit person here. And she says, Inchi, come up here. Come meet all our new friends. They decided that they're going to help us with security in case those Castellanter bastards come here and try to steal everything from us.
And she walks up to his mother, but then he narrows his eyes as he sees this frog right here.
She hugs you and kisses you on your cheeks and your forehead. And she goes, baby boy, have you been getting enough to eat? I have some fresh soup for you."
I'm still
She said,
mean
she
nugging that
whispers,
frog.
It's rabbit stew. Don't say anything to these guys, okay?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Mom. I got some gold I was trying to deliver to you, but apparently I'm too late because the army of rabbits and frogs are here. And
Well, yes, Itchy, it shouldn't be all on you to protect all of us. That's not fair of us to do. You got your whole life there in the city, and we have our own life here. We decided to be proactive. This Thromstroker, this turtle here, and Sinesh, they made some really good points about how we need to start taking our security very seriously, and they offered to help out.
but that
And,
frog attacked.
Sinesh of Thresh did not attack you. He shook your hand, and you licked the goo on it of your
You brought a
own
hole.
volition.
He brought a whole army of frogs to the village last time I was here, and I kind of want to kick his ass.
Sinesh steps forward and says, "Hey, man, I didn't tell you to lick the goo, okay? Look, it's hallucinogenic, it's a paralytic. You're not supposed to ingest it, okay? It's a self-defense thing. My body just does it."
You don't have to jump me for licking something.
"I didn't jump you, man. I tried to catch you as you fell over. You were tripping, okay? Some people pay a lot of good money to lick my goo."
That's gross. You shouldn't talk about that.
He looks like he wants to say something smart, but then holds his tongue. And then this turtle right here steps forward, and when he steps forward, he shakes the ground with his weight. The last time everybody saw Thromstroker cause, he was humiliated by Thorgrim and Huel and Blinken, and he was at a place called Snow Beetle Orchard. Snow Beetle Orchard, their whole orchard field died from the poisonous runoff from the Castellanter's nail factory that was nearby, and he was just ripping these dead trees out of the ground by the roots, and he has gotten bigger and he has gotten stronger. And he steps forward and he shakes the ground, and he steps forward and again and shakes the ground, and he says, "Ah, Inshi, your mother has told me so much about you, and I have never met you, but I respect you. Anybody that goes into a city that wicked and makes his own way is someone that I can get behind. It is a pleasure to meet you." His voice is deep and rumbling. He reaches over your mother's head to shake your hand.
How big is his hand?
A little bit bigger than your whole head.
Okay, and she grabs his finger, kind of shakes it a bit, says, thanks, I guess. You just...
You notice that unlike most people that touch you or interact with you, especially bigger people, he treats you with respect. He gently shakes the finger. He doesn't mock you. He doesn't pull back. He shakes it and uses it as a sign of respect from you and as a sign of respect from him.
Keeping in mind the respect, and she continues, yeah, honestly, the trick is just to keep to alleys and eat from trash, and no one really gets in your way. You should try it sometime.
He goes, "No one should have to eat from the trash, Inji, unless you want to. I don't judge."
It's just expensive to eat, you know? The economy.
Yes, the economy. That's actually why we're here. Why is it so expensive to eat, Inshi? Do the fields not grow? Is the wheat not tilled and taken into the city and baked? And is it not there on the plate? Should you, as someone who works every day, have to scrape together copper coins to be able to pay for such things? You do work and contribute to the city, and the people that bake the bread do work and contribute to the city. But you know why it costs so many coppers or silvers to get a decent meal? It's all about
What?
profit.
I can respect a good profit, but I miss being home because I can just go out to my backyard and find some grub. Now all the
Yes.
fancy folk in the city, they expect me to pay for every bread and crumb I want to get.
Yes, the world, this city in particular, is a disease that's spreading all throughout Faerun. You used to be able to go out and just get your own food, or even go talk to the farmer that grew your food. You had a personal relationship with them. You could do things for them, like do a few chores or even help prepare the meal yourself, and the camaraderie and the collaboration was all that was needed because we all recognize that we need to survive. But over there, in that wicked city, and he points off towards the city, and you can see the distant lights of it because it's nighttime. He says, there, collaboration, working with your fellow humanoids, your fellow people, it is not enough. They need something else. They need profit. Not just enough to make what is given to you or what is sold to you. They charge enough so that they make a little bit extra on top. And that there is the most vile and insidious thing I have seen in my entire life. It becomes less about selling food and more about making coins.
Well, coins are kind of nice, right?
Coins are kind of nice. But I ask you, Inshi, the fancy meals that you can get at the best kitchens or even at someplace like the Yawning Portal, it costs more than what it takes to make the thing. When you give coins to Dernan, he doesn't turn around and give all of those back to his suppliers or his employees. He keeps a little bit of it for himself. He charges extra to make more money for himself. Does that not seem to you the slightest bit selfish, greedy? Does it not feel like every time you hand over a bundle of coins, like you're being robbed, manipulated?
Well, I don't know how to make gravy. I assumed it was hard, so I was fine to pay for that. But yeah, no grapes, I just pick them. That costs a little bit too much.
And that there is the insidious part. They feel like they get to charge more. They get to make more than they put into it because of your ignorance, because it is slightly inconvenient for you to do this to yourself. And you might ask, what is the problem if a tavern owner or a cart attendant makes a few extra coins for themselves? But I ask you, Inshi, this happens everywhere. Every step of the way up, the people that pay rent in Waterdeep, they are paying more than it costs to upkeep that piece of land or that piece of property. A lot more. Sometimes 2 or 3 times as more as is put into the property. What happens to this accumulation of profits? Where does it end up? And what does it end up doing?
Let me circle back. Did you call me ignorant? Because I know that means dumb. Don't
We're
call me dumb.
all ignorant in some ways, Inchi. I do
I'm
not
not.
know how to make soup in the way that your mother does, and your mother does not know how to perform security details in the way I do. But I come here in the spirit of collaboration, not to extract a profit from our collaboration.
I'm not dumb.
I know you're not dumb, Inchi. Forgive me if that's what I implied. We all have
Yeah.
blank spots in our knowledge. Is that better?
Yeah, whatever.
He says,
Go
what
on.
happens with that accumulated surplus of profits? What are these lords and ladies and guild masters and business owners allowed to do with it? Well, they're allowed to do things that no one should be allowed to do. Hire soldiers and mercenaries. And they send those soldiers and mercenaries to do what? To secure more profits. The same interactions, the same paying a little bit extra for soup or paying a lot extra for an apartment. Those things go into the hands of the people that run Waterdeep, into the hands of people like the Castellanters, and they're able to employ soldiers that will march down here and burn your village so that they can start extracting the lumber from the ground here and using that to turn around and sell at an upcharge and make even more profits inside that city. It is wrong, it is vile, it is evil, and it is something that we have to stop now. Not just when the soldiers are marching down on our doors, but before they even get the surplus profits to hire those soldiers.
Lumber. Like our wood? Wood's free.
Yes.
Why are they trying to sell it? I like that tree. And then she just points to a random tree.
Yes, and that tree should stay there, and it should provide shade and fruit and shelter for generations. It should not be ripped from the earth, cut into 100 pieces, and then sold at an upcharge. That is wrong. It is evil, Inchi, and that is what the Ruby Rabbits have come to Waterdeep to stop.
Well, you didn't bring your frog army, so that's a good start. I'm willing to hear you out, Red Rabbits.
He says, yes, if only I could have an army of people like Sinesh. Sinesh actually left his village behind. He did not like the way it was run. And Sinesh goes, yeah, the purple grungs, the purple frog people, they run my village with an iron fist. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to get out of that, man. I don't really believe in hierarchies.
Bunch of frogs like you? Yeah, that sounds... no, I saw a bunch of frogs like you last time, and it wasn't a good experience. So
And-
yeah, I agree.
Mama Inchi turns to you and says, Inchi, you're so prickly all the time. Would it kill you to make a friend?
I don't got prickles. I've got
She-
friends.
She rubs your head where the little hairs grow out, and she says, yeah, you do.
Mhm. I've got friends. They're in that wicked city over there.
And Brom says, you should bring them along the next time you come to Snowbeetle Orchard or back to here to Soup Hut Village. We are always looking for more and more comrades to join the cause.
I'm not sure if they could appreciate the fine soup that we have to offer over here. They're kind of they don't got that good palate,
He goes, well, most unfortunate for them, but better for us. Your mother has been telling me about this soup all day, and I would love to sit down and have some while we discuss a security plan for your village. And Inchi, with your contacts and your knowledge of the city, I would love to have a personal conversation with you.
Okay, you've sold me. Let me just hand this pouch to my mom over here, and she would want to go ahead and let me check to see how much gold I have,
Okay.
and give her 45 gold.
And she says, Inchi, you've brought us another fortune. My words, we're gonna be eating good all winter. I think we could get some deer meat with this. We could properly store and pickle the vegetables. Oh, Inchi, oh, you're so marvelous. I love you so much. And she brings you in for another hug, and she kisses your cheeks again.
Mom, you're embarrassing me.
And y'all start walking off towards the soup hut, and she says, "Oh, when little Inchi said he was going off to the city, I was so scared for him. Oh, bad things happen there in the alleyways and whatnot. But oh, he's just so delightful, so industrious, my little Inchi. I should have never been worried about him." And she takes y'all into the soup hut. As y'all are walking towards the soup hut, you see one of the goblin children, this one right here, run past you, and he has like a silver coin in his hand, and he runs off behind the soup hut, and he says, I got it, I got a silver coin.
And she bolts up after him. Hey, give me that.
All right. Inshi, when you round the corner, you can see that there's a group of goblin children who are talking to little Inshi, the crow that follows y'all around. And that goblin kid is like rushing forward towards little Inshi. What do you do?
And she grabs the kid and tries to snatch that coin. Who gave you permission to play with that?
My daddy had it hidden under his bed, but look, this little crow here, it says that if we do it, it'll give us some nice boots.
And she looks over at the bird. Little Lynchy, why are you trying to steal my money?
Inchi. He says, hey, I'm not stealing anything. The boss told me to come down here, scope it out, see if there's anybody that wanted to make a deal. It turns out there's a lot of people in your village that need things, Inchi, and I'm just here to help out.
What kind of deals are you making, little bird?
He says, well, why don't you come over here? God, I gave him the accent too. Well, why don't you come over here and I'll show you? And his beak opens and that like clawed red three-fingered hand reaches out for a handshake. Or not a handshake, but it has it like open, like come here.
What? Hey, put the hand back. Just tell me what deals you're making.
It says not in front of the kids, Inchi. What I got to talk to you about is adult business.
But you're making deals with these kids, and I don't really like you talking to the kids of my village alone. That's kind of weird, little Inchi.
That's less deal making and more selling. You know, I gave him some fresh vegetables earlier for a couple copper pieces and now a silver piece, and I'll be able to get him 3 pairs of boots. What's wrong with that?
That does sound like a decent deal.
That's all I aim to do. Here,
Okay,
come here. There's someone I want you to meet.
I don't want to shake that hand thing. Can we just go to a private corner and talk?
He says, fine, and he flies up here to this little ledge. He says, come up here. The boss is actually right over here.
And she like struggles to climb up this cliff for a minute.
Athletics check, DC 10.
I appreciate it.
Hey, 14, so you're able to scale the cliff wall, and the goblin kids go, Inchi, we were having fun. He said next he was going to give us some firecrackers. Come on, Inchi, come on.
That does sound fun. You can get them after.
He says, well, can you get them for us? I know you got that gold, city goblin.
No, go away, Shiga. That's your name, Shiga. Go away.
There we go. Okay. The big one here takes the little goblins away, still holding on to his silver coin. And they look like they're running off to go and do something, probably harass one of these ruby rabbits. Inchi, when you climb up the cliff face, it was only about 10 feet high. It wasn't that big of a climb. There is a man standing right here, smoking a pipe, leaning up against the tree. And he's looking up at the stars. And little Inchi says, Big Inchi, this is the boss.
Didn't I flip you off in a tower once?
And the man smoking the pipe looks at you, Inchi, and says, oh, yeah, about that. And he does a big puff of smoke, and it envelops his whole body. And when the smoke dissipates, he looks like that goblin that talked to you in Kolat Towers. He says, yes, I feel like we didn't get off on the right foot last time. Inchi, my name is Avi, and I'm here to help. And he reaches out his hand for a handshake.
And she eyes him up and down suspiciously. You tried to make me give you gold. What's your game now,
Yes,
little man?
It was gold that you didn't have yet. I wanted to help you get 1,000,000 gold coins, just so I could get a quarter of that for myself, so that I could then distribute it all around this grand city and help everyone, including people like the Soup Hut Village goblins.
1,000,000 divided by 4 is still a lot of gold. No one knows the actual number, but you don't need all that gold. So if I earn it, I feel like I should be entitled to. I'm working with 4 people, so that's already 4 ways.
Yes.
If you divide it by 5, that is not a good number. You can't divide by 5.
1,000,000 divided by 5 is still a very big number, my friend.
I don't believe you.
He said it would be just 200,000 gold pieces, and you'd still have that to distribute amongst all your collaborators, and I'd have to split it even more ways. Over 1 million people live in that city, and I want to give each of them a piece of it.
Why do you owe that many people money?
I don't owe them that much money, Inshi. I want to give them that money to help them out, help them lift themselves up by their bootstrap, just get a little bit started. You know, everybody needs a little bit of startup gold. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that sounds like you're pampering to a bunch of whiners. They could earn their gold like I do.
He goes, "Oh, Inshi, where's your heart? It's a lot easier to make gold if you're already on solid ground. You know, if you're struggling to even eat, how are you going to start a business? You know, how are you going to provide for a family when you can barely provide for yourself? A little bit of startup gold, and that whole city out there could be full of people making their own way in the world. Just like you. You've been making good gold, but here you are, still working hard, right?"
Well, I thought that was just life.
He goes, "Yes, it's a new way of life. You know, Toril, Faerun, Waterdeep, it hasn't always been this way, but things are changing, and people need a little bit of help, knowing that there's a new deal here in town."
But you're gonna use my gold to do it, and I don't wanna.
Well, if I helped you, if I was a collaborator, it wouldn't be your gold, it would be our gold. Your portion and my portion.
Look, four's a party, five's a crowd. I'm already trying to kick the schemo guy out of it. I don't need you tagging along.
He goes, "I could help with that. I could help with anything. If you don't like these ruby rabbits, these ruffians coming in trying to change everything that I'm trying to start up here, I could get rid of them. I could go to the Castellanters and I could tell them to ignore this little part of their forest. I could get you your own mercenaries. I could well equip all of you goblins to defend your own home turf. And if you don't like Schemo Weirdbottle, well, he has his vices, and we could use that against him."
You could just kill him for me. That'd be nice.
"Oh my, I would never do something so brash. I never get my own hands bloody."
And that is why I am walking away from you, sir. Mr. Too Good for actual work. No, I don't want what you're selling.
Inshi, before you leave, what are your goals in life? Do you really want to be scraping by, eating disgusting trash forever? Or do you want to live right, enable your mother and all your kinfolk here to be able to live right? Everyone deserves the right to be able to work hard and live like a lord or lady. Don't you agree?
Well, I mean, sometimes you find pancake balls in the trash, so it's not all bad.
He goes, "I've had a trash pancake ball or two myself. I love it when they have the sausage and honey inside. Oof, delightful."
Almost as good as the fish eggs. Yeah.
Yes, you could eat fish eggs every night with my help. And Inchi,
Well, I don't-
you've noticed here, I haven't really made any demands of you. I'm offering to help you. What is it that you want? And I'll just charge a fair price for it.
When you go away, how much does that cost?
He goes, "It costs nothing to say no. Of course, little Inchi will continue following you all around until Huel has paid his debt. But I hope that before that happens, we could become great friends."
Whoa, Huey? What's your deal with Huey?
You know Huel and his cart. I told it to him. It's a good cart, isn't it? I even fixed it up for him, which is not something I normally do. And I made another deal with him where even if it is broken in one of your misadventures, it will be repaired and returned back to your stables at Trollskull Manor.
How much does a dang cart cost?
He says a good cart can cost a few hundred gold coins. You know, it's meant to last you for years and years.
Good to know. I'll keep you in mind if I want to buy a cart. But right now, I need to go back to my mom.
Ah, yes, you have the ruby rabbits there. My. So full of many ideas, and they want to change so very much. I hope that they're not the kind that's willing to get blood on their own hands, or use your family to do their dirty work for them.
What do you mean?
He goes, Thromstroker Cause is a violent revolutionary. He doesn't merely want to change things, he wants to end the old ways. Kill all the nobles, the lords, the ladies, even the noble children, the guild masters, and all of their managers and bureaucrats. He wants to burn that world that I'm creating down, and he will drown it in blood if he has to. His revolution, it will not make anything better. It will only make things worse. But in his view, it will be pure.
Well, the best noble's dead noble, am I right? And I tap him on the shoulder.
I do agree the nobles have gotten far too big for their britches, really digging in their heels and stopping this whole industrialization thing I'm trying to get going.
Right? Yeah, that's why I performed a lobotomy on one. He had it coming. I should do it to the rest. And I think that the Mr. Rabbit down there is right. And I think they all need to burn if they want, if he wants. So I
Well, Inshi, I hope that you get everything that you want.
yeah, okay. Well, goodbye, Mr. R, whatever your name was. Get out of here.
Avi, he says, but of course, everyone else in your village is free to make all the deals they want.
Hey, just stay away from my mom.
He goes, oh, that sounds like you want to make a deal.
What? No, I said just stay away from my mom.
If your mother comes to me for help, I'd be happy to help her.
I'll stab you.
He goes, you could try.
Itchy pulls out his knife.
And he says, drop that. Inchi, roll a constitution check. Inchi rolled a 7, and he drops the knife instantly before you even think about it.
Huh? And she pulls out his second knife.
He says, that one as well. Drop it. Roll a constitution check.
13.
Before you can even think about what he said, you drop the knife.
Stop doing that.
He goes, I will not tolerate violence against this form that I'm in.
Well, don't threaten my mom.
I'm threatening to help your mother.
No, you're threatening to touch her. Not
I
touch
would
her.
too.
No, no. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. You got me mad. I'm all riled up. I'm not thinking properly.
Yes, that temper of yours, my. I hope it doesn't get you in trouble one of these days.
And don't belittle me.
Says he can't resist. A little smile comes on his face. He says, but you're already so little.
Hey, that's not okay.
Fine, I'll give you peace for tonight. You can go back to your village. It's very quaint, very handmade. And he says, Mr. Snaggleflockablas, and little Inchi perches on his shoulder, and they walk off into the forest.
Handmade. It's all, everything's handmade. Dumbass.
And she crawls back down this cliff.
So, Blinken, you are in Troll Skull Manor. You are talking to the used cart salesman who has said his name is Avi. Little Inchi is here, and so is Aranax, and they're just kind of circling around each other, flaring up their wings, trying to say, like, come on, man, come on, do something, do something. And the used cart salesman is looking at them slightly bemused, and he pulls out a pipe, and he says, Blinken, do you mind if I smoke in here?
Yeah, and like it just kind of nods and says, go ahead.
Says, it's a bit stuffy in here. Would you mind opening up that window and I'll get this fireplace going and we can have a nice chat?
Okay, I'll open up the window.
So you open up the window and he strikes a match as you turn away from him to light his pipe. You open up the window and you turn around and he is still lighting his pipe, but in the fireplace is a roaring fire. You didn't have any fresh wood or logs in there. You hadn't even got to really cleaning it out yet. But it looks like it's, brand new and functional. And it has really good wood in there. And the scent of like cherry smoke begins to fill the room as the smoke from the actual fire goes up and out of the chimney. Blinken, you've done great work with this place, like really great work. I know it wasn't that good before, but you've cleaned out all the trash and all the dead rats. I really think that you could get this bar going. That'd be another thing I would love to help you with.
So with all this, and Blinken is just kind of, thinking out loud and talking to him, obviously. So with all these deals, what do you want? Like, let's say if you do help me with this dragon situation, for example, what would you want in return? That's what I want to know.
Well, Blinken, if I help you get something that you really need, something like disguising Aranax or giving you information that could lead you directly to the Vault of Dragons, not saying that I have that, but I could find that, I know a few guys. I would simply want a part of your share of it. But if I help your whole group, I would like a part of the total share of the Vault of Dragons. And of course, if you just need something little here or there, I'm sure we could get started on a payment plan or something like that, similar to what I did with Huel and his cart.
Like it paces back and forth. So all it is really is that you're just looking for gold and for what? The good for the city?
Yes, to help the little people of the city. He says, I'm sure you've seen it, Blinken. The people that live in squalor, the people that live in ramshackle huts that only cost a copper coin a night. Everyone deserves to live better than that. Everyone deserves to live in a tower filled with gold if they're willing to work hard enough for it. And the thing I've noticed is people at the top, they don't tend to work that hard, but it's the people at the bottom that have that bootstrap mentality that I really respect so very much.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to it, I'm sure I'll get in touch with you with little shit for brains here, and I point at Little and she. I'll see what I can do, and if all else fails, I'm sure I'll get some way to contact you. I mean, it's intriguing to make a deal, but that's why I'm kind of leery of making a deal, because I don't know what you want from it. But apparently, you want for the good for the city. I mean, you're not some sort of lord, are you? Like, are you a lord of something?
In some places, I'm treated like a lord, but no, not here on the material plane.
Well, that's disturbing. So Blake, it's like, all right, well, I tell you what, I'll think on it.
Blinken, of course, Blinken, and I'll respect that, but the longer you spend thinking about it, the more the Doom Raiders are able to scheme in their jail cell, the more Xanathar is able to advance his plans, the closer and closer the Castellanters get to offering me something I really, really want. And you have so many things to do. You want to get this bar up and running. You haven't been to work in like 2 weeks. You're making all of these enemies, and do you feel like you're closer to the Vault of Dragons?
I'll tell you this, every progress I make to the vault is progress. So I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Don't know how far in, but it's somewhere.
Are you sure there's nothing I could offer you? Some startup gold for this bar, maybe? You could get it up and running in a couple of weeks as opposed to a couple of months with my help. And then you just owe me a portion of the profits as an investor, of course. That wouldn't cost you any portion of the Vault of Dragons, and, then we'd see each other more often.
As tempting as that is, I'll think about it, because, like, I want to make sure if we do that deal, I want to make sure you wait until the business is booming, and then we'll do payments on that aspect. But for right now,
Says, what if I could sweeten it? He's getting consistent. He says, what if I could sweeten it? Just profits, not your revenue, and not a solid monthly payment that you have to give me. I really believe in you and this bar, a ghost bartender. I know you're going to pack the house. So what about just a portion of your profits? That way, if your profits are low, you just owe me a portion of it. And if your profits are high, you owe me a portion of that.
As tempting as that is, again, I'll have to think about it, because that is a nice offer, but I'll sleep on it, and I'll let you know. It is kind of late.
He goes, yes, of course. That's, and he like scrunches up his face like he really, really wanted to make some kind of deal with you. He says, of course, but I'm not one to be an improper guest, so I will leave. And he takes a big old puff of his pipe, and he goes over to the fireplace, and he blows out the cherry of tobacco that's in it, and he puts it back in his pocket. And he says, Little Inchi, and he claps twice, and Little Inchi comes back over to the chair and opens his mouth wide, and you see Avi the salesman put one foot into his beak, and it opens wider and wider, and he puts the rest of his body in there, and then he closes the beak with his hands. And as he does that, the fire stops, and all the wood that was in it disappears.
Okay. And I look at Aranex at once he disappears, and I just kind of shake my head, like, well, who the fuck is that? Some weird, Lord of Hell. just trying to ponder what the fuck that was, and then tell Aranex, well, looks like it's time for bed, buddy.
And Little Inchi lets out a loud burp. To Huel and Brax. Castellanter Manor is in the Castle Ward of Waterdeep. It's close by to where y'all were at El Torchel Academy, and y'all have not been here before. The only member of your crew that's been here before was Inchi, but he got caught trying to break in, so he didn't even get past the grounds of the area here. Let's see, I think at one point, somewhere in this chat, Galanis had a sketch. So Galanis had mentioned that he was able to infiltrate the villa and pretend to be a guard for a little bit. So y'all are here on the outside of Castellanter Villa. You've never been inside here before, so you don't know what it really looks like. But looking over the walls, you can see that they have a bunch of very fancy, very old trees. Back here a ways, there is some kind of potted plant garden that they have. There is the main building, which is right here. And then you can tell from Galannis's notes that there's a carriage house back here and a guest house over here. It's about, I'm going to say, probably 11 p.m. at night. You're in the castle ward. Some people walk back and forth. There's city watch and stuff like that, but no one's bothering you because you're allowed to walk on the street or gawk at the mansions. What would y'all like to do?
Heal, you alive, buddy? Didn't fall
Yeah,
asleep
yeah.
on me, did you?
Motherfucker, don't even start. We've been sitting here waiting. Dorgan, I'm gonna bitch smack him open palm. Do you remember why we're here?
I'm gonna spear your ass. Just start brawling out front of
RKO.
Roll initiative.
RKO.
God damn it. Okay, so this is a fence basically right here, you said?
Yeah, it's a big stone fence. It goes about 6 feet high. You two would have to like pull yourselves up to like look at it.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab a crate
Okay.
from nearby and just stand on it. Or 2
Okay.
crates or 3. Either way, I'm looking over.
Okay.
And we said that we were not going to kill the girl, right?
I believe that's where y'all ended up, yeah. Y'all actually had the idea to kidnap her to save her from whatever's going on, but you remembered that, like, she has that talent show in 3 weeks, so you believe that she's safe, at least until then, because even Victoro Castellanter was insistent that she play at that talent show.
Okay. So I have an idea, Heal. So what if we kidnap her early, right? I know she might be safe till then, but if we kidnap her early, then we can also put her in the mine to help dig out towards the winery.
Using a child for slave, like
It's not slave labor. Slavery would imply she's there against her will, and we wouldn't let her go. We would let her go after the talent show, but till then, she's working off her protection fee, which we will disclose after we, rescue her, and tell her that all she has to do is mine as far as she can, as fast as she can, with food and water breaks, obviously, because we're not monsters, and we will consider it an even deal, and we will keep her safe in the process. And the further she digs, the safer she is, too. Who the fuck would expect her to be underground?
I like the first part of the plan. Second
That we
part of
make
the
her
plan-
mine?
No, that's the second
Oh.
part. Kidnapping her so she doesn't,
Yeah.
get
Well,
murdered.
that's what I was saying. And again, it's not really kidnapping; it's preemptive protecting. It's like when you witness somebody commit war crimes, so you commit war crimes against them. It's not committing a war crime; it's committing counter war crimes, balancing out the power.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as he's standing on the crate over. Like, maybe we should come back with Blinky and Onichi, have an easier time kidnapping her. If it's just us two.
Yeah, that might be a
Good.
good idea as I start climbing over. Yeah, maybe we should wait for them left leg over. Getting them would be a good idea. It'd make this go by faster. My right leg's now over.
Son of a bitch. She's in a
They will 100% agree to this plan as I'm letting go of the wall dunk.
Yeah, he looks to the left, looks to the right, make sure no one's looking, and he hops over.
Okay. Y'all should be able to control your own tokens. Right across from you, there's 2 trees that would provide you excellent cover. You're behind these 2 trees, so you're covered right now. You're in the shade, and it's also late at night. Looking through, you can see that the windows out of Castellanter Villa are lit. There are torches or candles or magical globes inside that light it. What would y'all like to do?
Okay, so what's the plan?
How are you gonna jump over the fence and then ask me what's the plan? I said,
Okay, so here's the plan.
let's hear it.
I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna get up against the wall, start making my way to the right. I'm gonna Mission Impossible
Okay.
this bitch.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh my God, did they update Roll20 when I wasn't looking?
Probably. 22. Huel, you go ahead and roll as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Huel, as you're walking along, like you crunch loudly on a pile of leaves. A shiver goes up your spine, and you realize that you should probably be extremely careful here. Because when Inchi got caught breaking into Castellanter Villa, he was in jail for about 3 months and had to do hard physical labor.
I start getting flashbacks and she telling me about all the labor he did.
Flashback just consists of
It sucked. Don't go back there.
You want to get locked up, man.
And then there's me just tiptoeing, just stepping on branches and everything, just no sound.
Okay, where do y'all want to go? Over here would have been the main entrance into Castellanter Villa. these big 7-foot tall exotic hardwood doors. But y'all are being stealthy.
Hush, we're being sneaky breaky.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Okay, doke. Well, is that a window right in front of me?
It is actually a door, I believe. The windows have like little white lines that represent glass. So all
Okay.
doors here are like 7 feet tall and made out of this exotic hardwood.
Okay, 1 second. I'm making a note in my journal to come back and steal the doors.
Okay. They'd probably be worth quite a bit, actually.
No, I'm stealing them for the bar.
Oh, nice. They would make your bar look very fancy indeed.
Okay. So, gonna pull the barrel over. Wait, does the door have like an open spot near the top? You can look in or
No, but there's light shining out from underneath. There's like a 1/2-inch gap.
well, I want to know what's behind the door, so
Okay, roll a
unless the
perception
little
check.
got me.
Yeah, to look under the door.
Perception of 12.
Very nice. Very, very nice. So as you look under the door, your face is to get really close to this dirt path that you're on. And it's a little bit muddy because it rained recently. And as you look under the door, you see like more mud inside. And you see discarded pairs of shoes. And you see a couple of crates. You know that fancy people have something called a mud room. A room that separates the outside of the house from the the outside from the inside. You're supposed to come in here, take off your muddy boots so that you don't track them in to the rest of the house. And you can't see the entire room because of your perspective, but you can see that there's a pair of feet right here, and they're going up and down like someone's tapping their foot. And they're wearing basic leather boots with some armor on top of them. There appears to be a guard in this room.
I could just feel Huel like staring daggers into my back, so I'm gonna walk away from the door.
Right
He knows
here-
I'm gonna open it.
There's a window. You can see the light coming out of it.
Yeah, let's peek through the window.
I'm gonna cast the spell. Well, me and him are getting closer and closer here.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to roll a few stealth checks every time you want to peek in somewhere. But go ahead and cast your spell, Huel. I'll say that this gives you advantage checks on just peeking, especially through like windows and stuff. But if you do something that would draw visual attention to you, that advantage would go away. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Okie dokie.
I don't believe silence moves with you, but it is 120 feet. So let's go ahead and measure that in case it comes up.
Well,
No, I think that's the casting range.
he can cast
doesn't
it up to
move.
120 feet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
20
20-foot spear. Okay.
In like our vicinity from Thorgan, like that window.
Okay, you have silence around you. You peek into what appears to be some kind of reading room. This reading nook has the following features. Light pours into this room from the 4 tall bay windows that look out to the butterfly garden, which is these series of plants and such right here. There's no butterflies right now because it's nighttime. The furnishings are a luxurious armchair and a small side table where an empty wine glass sits atop a small book. A door in the northern wall has a butterfly-shaped stained glass peephole.
Okay, so kid isn't in there anymore. Or-
What?
We're looking for the kid, right? That's what we were looking for. We're looking for the kid.
Yeah,
Nope.
y'all were just kind of
Yeah, we were-
scoping this place out.
Okay. Wait, this is silenced, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all are doing sign language to each other.
I'm gonna grab my axe and point towards the window, and then make a chopping motion.
Yeah, I like him the nod because I'll be covered by the sound.
As y'all are doing this, keeping an eye on the room, the door right here opens and Victoro Castellanter steps into the room. He has a wine bottle and he fills up the glass of wine that is on top of this book, and he sets the wine bottle down, picks up the glass and sits back down in this reading nook. He looks out of this northern window here, and then he grabs his book and he opens it up and he begins reading while also taking notes with a quill on a piece of paper that he's left inside the book. Y'all could roll a perception check to see what he's reading, or y'all could move on to something else.
I'm gonna look at Huel, and I'm gonna like mime writing something in a book, and then I'm gonna grab my axe and swing, and make like a face. Huh?
Yeah, I'll give you the nod and kind of just like point at the guy to let you know, be careful, he's writing there. Like the writing gesture.
And I'm gonna point at him and do the slit throat, and then I'm gonna do the axe motion again.
I'm gonna stomp him and kind of like do like a rock paper scissors, but like think of like him like doing the rock thing like over and over, like the rock paper scissors, but like trying to show him that maybe he can bonk him, you know?
Just gonna hit myself in the head with the axe, like on the flat side. Huh?
Yeah, I'll give him a thumbs up.
Okay. So I'm going to reach into my pocket and
Uh-huh.
pull out my undercover gear, like the entire set of dark clothing.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit there and get changed for a moment.
Okay.
Hide anything that I can think of that would like ID me on site, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
tie some of the cloth around my head, try to cover my head a bit more, cover my face and all that stuff.
Uh-huh. I, as the DM, am telling you don't do this, but okay.
Okay. Then as I reach up to smack the window, I'm gonna drop my axe, pick it up, and go crawling along the window sill so they can't see me.
I mean, you can do it. He's just
No,
a
I
very
don't wanna
powerful
do that.
sorcerer. Okay.
I really don't want to do that.
Okay.
No, the thought was there, and I'm chickening out. I'm not doing it.
Okay, but you are all stealthed up. Okay.
I am all stealthed up, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like on my hands and knees just crawling under the window, so hopefully he doesn't see me.
I think you're 5, 10, 15, 20. I'd say your silence ends about where you are right now, but you don't make any noise as you're crawling by this window. As you're crawling along, you can hear Victoro going, yes, okay, as he's
Well-
reading his book.
I would be about 2 feet high right now because I'm 4 foot normally and I'm on my hands and knees.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to see you.
I'm gonna peek around the corner.
You peek around the corner, and there are 2 noble guardsmen here. You recognize their armor from your time at El Torchel Academy. These are the Castellanter's personal guards. Generations and generations of men and women have been their guards. The Castellanters pay them, and then these soldiers train up their children to be guards for the Castellanters.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I have one question then.
Uh-huh.
Do I recognize any of them from the academy?
Ooh.
Because
I
last
hadn't
time I
thought of
was
that.
there not in disguise, I kind of dented one's codpiece.
Oh, yeah, you did. Actually, there's a guard standing right here who has a dent in his codpiece, and he walks a little bit funny as he paces back and forth through this garden area.
I'll crawl up.
Okay, I'm gonna point at both of them and do the fist in the hand motion, like beat them up. And at which point I'm gonna point at you, do the wiggly finger thing from the Pirates of the Caribbean, and point at them.
What?
Yeah, even Huel looks at him and he's like mapping out all the actions he just did, and he's gonna scratch his head for a second. Like, huh?
Okay, so I'm gonna point at you, point at them, wiggly fingers, do the quiet sign, and then just point all around us as if like I'm trying to gesture what's around us.
I got you.
So what action is being taken?
Well, I'm ready in action to sprint and punch one of these guys in the cack again.
And you're asking Huel to cast silence again?
Again.
Okay.
Last thing we need is for it to be just really quiet. Bang! Ah! In the middle of the night.
Oh yeah, I'd recast it again.
Okay, perfect. And I assume you would cast it like on the center of these 2 guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So as he casts it, I'm going to crawl a little bit further just so I'm out of the window. Hopefully they still don't see me. And once I'm about here, I'm just going to sprint and punch as hard as I can.
Okay, so you're going to be fighting something that has the stats of a city guard.
Okay.
Okay, Thorgrim, which one are you going for first?
Which one has the dented codpiece?
The one to the south.
Okay, I'm just gonna sprint up to him and wham!
Whammo! Attack him good. Okay, go ahead and roll that attack. And I'm going to say this counts as a surprise round.
Bonus action rage,
Okay.
and I'm going to, I'm just gonna run up and, punch him in the dick.
Punch that dick. Punch that dick.
And I'm gonna recklessly attack him
Okay.
for 18.
All right, with an 18, you bury your fist right into his chest, and you notice
No.
that he...
No, I'm hitting him in the cock piece again.
Okay, you hit him right in the codpiece. And as you get close, you notice that he is wearing full breastplate armor. Let me send y'all a picture of this.
I'm making the dent worse. Our boy is gonna be like cowboy walking by the end of the night. I don't know why I'm picking on this one guard, but I am.
I'd let you do it. All right, so with an 18, that hits.
10 damage.
10. God fucking damn. Okay. And he boom, flies backwards just 5 feet, and he lands there, and he clutches his codpiece, and you can tell that he's screaming in pain, but no sound comes out. Huel, what are you doing for this surprise round?
I'm watching this all go down.
I just want to say that I do have an extra attack.
Okay, go ahead and do that while Huel thinks up his next move.
Okay, because I was going to double tap him.
Okay, go ahead.
That one's 17 that time.
All right.
All right, and I'll roll different damage because it would be different damage. This time it's 9. So he just took 19 damage.
No fucking way.
Well, 10 from the first hit and then 9 from the second.
Are you doing lethal damage?
No, I'm not doing lethal damage, but I am still punching him in the dag.
Okay, so you didn't do 19 damage with that hit. 19 damage for both hits. Okay. So you have fully
19 total.
evaporated 2/3 of this man's health and just obliterated his ability to have children. Huel?
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna be running up. I'm gonna bust out like my loot,
Mm-hmm.
my instrument, and I'm casting Thunderwave, but I'm casting it like because I'm just like bashing him with it.
Oh my god, I was scared. They would
If
be
Thunderwave has a verbal component, you cannot cast it
Yeah.
within the
Oh,
silence.
also they'd be immune to the thunder damage.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just mentioned that.
Well, it's verbal and somatic. I could still do it, right? That's like waving my hand.
Well, no.
No, you would need both of them.
You need
Besides,
both.
it says in the creature inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage anyway.
Yeah, because thunder damage isn't electricity; it's like sound waves,
Yeah.
the sound of thunder, which is confusing. But yeah,
Well,
I did say he fell to the ground, so you would have advantage on any attacks.
Just run over and hit him in the head with your loot.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Pretend you're like in a concert and you just got done.
I just don't have any like attacks. I have like I have a dagger attack I could roll in place of it.
Mm-hmm.
I bash him in the head for one.
So what did you say you were gonna do?
No, I'm just stabbing him with a dagger basically, but
All right,
I'm
you do
smashing
still
with the loot. It's 1 damage.
you do have to make an attack roll with advantage. I believe with your halfling luck, you could re-roll that one.
I think that's only on the d20s, not like the damage die.
I think it's anytime you roll a 1. Oh yeah, it is a 1 on the d20. You're right.
So I swing for 5. Imagine that misses.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that'd be
misses.
advantage, right?
Well,
Hold on.
you have advantage, yeah, so do it again.
Oh, second time. Nice.
That also misses. It scrapes off of his breastplate. Okay, that is the end of the surprise round, so everybody roll initiative.
I'm just imagining this is like a silent film happening because it's in silence.
All right, so Thorgrim, you're up first.
All right, so the first guard is down.
Well, he's
And-
still alive, but he's been knocked prone.
Yeah, he's prone. I'm going to look. Does the second guard see us? Is most important, or is his back?
I would say at this point, yeah, he's noticed something weird is going on. He can't hear anything, and he would turn around to his friend and then see him lying on the ground. So he readies his spear.
Okay. I'm gonna point to the cod piece and point to him, and then I'm gonna point to the ground, and I'm going to intimidate him to try to get him to just lay on the ground.
Roll intimidation, and he will roll a constitution
23.
check. Goddamn.
Why?
It was a nat 22. So he sees that. He sees the threat that you make, and he sees that you're spellcasters. So he lays down his spear, and he gets on his knees with his hands up.
I'm gonna tie him up, hands to feet, like he's not getting up.
Okay, as y'all do that, you notice that there's a window here that is open, and there's a very tall man with white hair who is cleaning pots in this kitchen area. He has his back turned to you towards the big stove that he's working on. Okay, but you're able to tie up one. Huel, do you tie up the one that's on the ground?
Oh yeah.
I'd say that would take you like 30 seconds to do, and you're keeping an eye on this window, and every once in a while the guy like turns to grab something from one side, or the put a plate in the sink in the other direction, and every time your heart jumps a little, terrified that he might turn around and see you through this open window.
Well, if he doesn't see us by the time we're done, we're gonna pull the bodies over to the wall and hug them against the wall so they can't be seen. Like right about here. That way they're they're between what looks like a bench and the wall.
Okay.
Is that guard still like yelling or trying to in the silence, just screaming into the void right now?
He was, but as y'all tied him up and intimidated both of them, he's just grabbing his cod piece and like shaking. So this staircase that you're by, it actually leads up to the second floor of the house. The house has 3 floors.
Okay. Do we want to go upstairs? Well, we still have to check out the other 2 houses on the first floors first, don't we? What the hell's a butt?
What?
Main house, ground, stable, butt. I'm looking at the book.
You don't know.
Okay.
These are Galanus's notes, and he wasn't around to explain them.
Huel, do we want to go upstairs? Check out the next floor?
Yeah, we came this far. We might as well.
Okay. So yeah, let's go sneaky breaky up the stairs.
All right, you said you're headed up the stairs.
Yes.
I have an
right.
ability where I'm naturally stealthy and hidden. I forgot until right now.
Because you're a gnome.
Okay,
Or a
I'm gonna.
halfling.
So, do you leave these guys conscious but tied up?
That is a very good question because I don't want to kill them.
We throw them in the bush tied up over here. Like, I'm just gonna move fuel for reference. Like, put them in this bush for now.
Yes.
No, because I don't want them to wiggle and rustle the bush.
Oh, that's
Do
true.
you gag
Even
them?
in the,
I guess.
Yeah, we gagged them for sure.
Okay.
because even in the silence, they'd see the bush moving. That's smart thinking.
You know what? Let's knock them out and leave them tied up against the staircase here. How's that sound?
non-lethally knock them out. How are we gonna do that? Just punch them in the head.
Yeah, you can do that.
Just
Yeah, I
put
could-
bomb.
Could punch him in the head. I could punch him in the other head.
Huel picks up the loot and like 12 o'clock to 6, like just brings it down on top of the dude's head, non-lethally knocking him out.
Okay, so yeah, we knock them out,
Knock him out.
gag them, and then we're gonna go up the stairs.
Okay, so y'all walk up to these stairs, and it leads to like this weird hallway that seems to snake around the edge of the building. There are cobwebs up here, but it's not like destitute. This appears to be some kind of like storage area or storage hallway. There is a door right here, but the hallway continues on around this corner right here. What would you like to do? Oh, there's also a window right here.
I was gonna say, can I peek into the window before anything?
Of course you can. Make a stealth check.
Sure. Set that some bitch to normal and stealth.
So you are peeking into the banquet kitchen. It is an additional cooking space used in conjunction with the main kitchen during social functions. It is otherwise empty. So you're peering in and you're just going, God damn, 2 kitchens? These people are living large.
Jeez, Billy, your mom lets you have 2 kitchens?
Let's see, looking around, you notice that there's a staircase right here, and you assume that leads to the kitchen downstairs that you were just looking into. And there's also a door right here.
Okay. I feel like what we're gonna want to do is get to the top floor. It would make sense for, like, bedrooms, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, you just saw my stealth roll?
Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead, man.
So yeah, let's
I'm laughing about something else.
let's sneak on to the top floor. I'm just gonna follow the pathway.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and reveal it for you.
And then yeah, when it comes to windows and everything, I'm on my hands and knees crawling under it.
All right. Even with your bad stealth check, making some noise is like your axe hits the wall or drags on the floor, or you bang into Huel and like a couple of notes play off of his loot. You can peek into these windows right here, and you look out into a large, bare ballroom. It is absolutely massive. It is a noble's ballroom where they have the fanciest parties you can imagine, but it looks oddly like barren and empty with no one dancing inside of it. Huel, have you ever played for some nobles, like at their house?
I mean, come to think of it now, he probably would have.
I mean, I
Maybe
could
once or twice, maybe not all the time.
I could see Huel playing the ballroom blitz in a ballroom.
Okay, so you're looking in through this ballroom, like it's clean, the floors are shiny, but there's just no one in there, and like the silence is kind of unsettling a bit. But you notice that here in the very center, there's a human-sized marble statue with a woman wearing a fancy gown who has her arms out like she's ready to dance or like she's dancing with someone. And it is actually rotating on its stand, animated by some kind of magic. You can see also, as you move along the hallway, there's a door right here and a big set of double doors right here that lead into the ballroom.
I'll see this big ballroom and kind of let Thorgan know, like maybe we should not go in there for now. Or yeah, maybe we should. Like I can see the stairs.
I was gonna say, how are we gonna get to the top floor?
I thought this hallway
Um,
kept going or something. But I'm
As y'all walk along,
flashing.
this room contains derelict furnishings draped with black linens, chairs, coat racks, freestanding mirrors, dress mannequins, and the like. These draped objects take on a sinister countenance in the gloom, but they are harmless. So there's bits of, especially down here at this wider area, there's like storage and stuff for events. And you notice that even like the linens they use to cover their unused furniture are probably nicer than any set of clothing that you have.
Well, that's where you're wrong, champ. My linens are better than most of my clothing as I stuff some into my bag.
Okay. So what would y'all like to do? I'll let you move into the next room and then we'll go back to Inchi.
I'm making my way for the staircase if Huel's with me.
Yeah, I'd be going up top.
All right, I'll just drag y'all into the ballroom. Y'all enter through these set of double doors that are unlocked, and you begin walking through, and like there's
I
these
want to
windows.
clarify,
Uh-huh.
I'm keeping the fuck away from that thing.
Okay. Huel, how about you? It looks like a dancing statue, or a statue of a woman dancing.
Peek at it as we're going through. I wouldn't pay too much mind to it.
There is a, as you get to this angle of it, there's a nameplate carved into the base of it that says, "Would you like to dance?"
Huel's thinking about it.
Would you like to dance, Huel?
He's gonna remember why they're there. He's gonna kind of like think about dancing for a minute, kind of snap back. He's like, "Oh, we're here for something else. We gotta go." He's gonna run up, catch up to Thorgan.
Okay. There are all these fancy mirrors and such. I believe the left staircase. Yeah, the one on the left goes down and the one on the right goes up. And then, since y'all are here, you can also see this area, which is C15. I think that's looking into that room, it is a banquet hall. The only piece of furniture is an expensive, long wooden dining table. Just a big old dining table. Maybe if y'all wanted to go in there and look around, you could. But you start making your way up these stairs, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. You start making your way upstairs, and again, the only sound that's being made is the eerie silence, with your footsteps echoing off the stone and mosaic. Going back to Soup Hut Village, Inchi, you've just climbed down from the cliff and walked into the main soup hut, where your mother and Sinesh of Thresh and Throm Stoker Cause are eating a bowl of soup, and Sinesh is actually telling a story of the food from his homeland. And he says, yeah, so my mother, she would actually get like hundreds and hundreds of flies, and she would ground them up into a paste with some sugar and berries, and it was really, really good. Gosh, I miss home. I don't miss the purple grungs, though. Always ordering us around. And Mama, or what's your mother's name again?
Halsey.
Halsey says, oh, well, now everyone deserves to have a little bit of food from their homeland. Maybe if you come back around, I could collect some flies. I'm sure the children here would love going and catching something like that. And when you come
Oh
in,
yeah, we got plenty around the chicken soup.
Inchi,
Oh,
yeah,
Ellen.
come over here. Come have some of this mystery meat soup.
Okay. Oh, hey, Mom. If some weird dude comes around making a deal with you, don't make deals. Where's that soup?
Oh, you know nobody's ever gonna get one over on me, and I'm as sharp as a knife. And she hands you a bowl, no spoon or anything like that. You're just supposed to slurp it down.
Oh yeah, I mean, and she's used to it. It's custom. And he starts slurping.
And as y'all are sitting around, Thromstoker says, well, as I was just telling your mother, I would very much appreciate it if we could take about 10 or 15 of your capable men or women here, and we would include them in our morning drills. We are training ourselves with weapons, we are training our bodies, and we are training in military tactics so that we can defend these areas that we've decided belong to us, the people. Protect them from city watch, protect them from noble guardsmen, or anything like that. If we are able to actually hold our ground here and keep the Castellantas from coming and taking your village, there will be consequences. They might get members of the City Watch or Force Grey involved. They might even call for a contingent of soldiers from the Lord's Alliance. Alcy, what you are doing here is dangerous, and I don't want to mislead you on that. And Alcy looks a little bit nervous at that, and she says, but if we don't do anything, they're going to take our home from us, right? And Thromstoker says, yes. One way or another, this fight will come to you. The question you have to ask is, do you want to be prepared to fight? Inchi, do you say anything?
Yeah, and she burps, and he looks over to what's his name? Sorry, my computer went to sleep.
Thromstoker Cause is the turtle
Throm
leader.
Stoker.
Yeah.
Yes, he looks over at Thromstoker and says, "Oh yeah, that guy out there said you wanted to kill all the nobles with our help, right?"
What guy out there?
The dude that's trying to make a deal with my mom. He's over there on the cliffs.
He looks deeply confused and he says, "What, some kind of salesman or something like that? Well, did he
Yeah.
look noble to you?"
I don't know. He sells carts apparently, and he has a bird that speaks
Ah.
English.
"Ah, common." And he says, "Ah, cart salesman, the worst of the worst."
Yeah, he seemed to know you pretty well. And says that you're trying to kill a bunch of nobles.
He says, "Well, I am a bit disturbed that some used cart salesman has put himself in our business. The lowest of the low. They slap a fresh coat of paint on an awful cart and sell it at 5 times its value. No idiot should ever make a deal with whoever that is."
That's what I was thinking. He said that he sold a cart for hundreds of gold to one of my friends. And I'm just thinking, man, I am not going to trust that guy with my gold now.
Your friend sounds like a fool. But
Right?
people are foolish, and there are those out there that seek to take advantage of that foolishness. When I am in charge and the bloodlines of the nobles have been erased from Waterdeep, I will do something about such scam artists. And when he says erase the bloodlines of the nobles, both your mother and Sinesh kind of give him an odd look. But neither of them say anything. Do you say something, Inchi?
I mean, and she already kind of got a feel for that after talking to the salesman. He's like,
Yeah, no, honestly, I'm right there with you, man. You said you wanted to borrow our people for what, drills? To practice killing these nobles?
He says, yes, I would say, as also self-defense.
If they
but
come, if they come here, of course.
If it comes to that, yes, I would love to lead an army on this city and eradicate all these people that seek to oppress the working people.
Well, I just mean if the nobles and the soldiers come here, yeah, we can kill all of them.
Well, Inshi, that is the thing. As I just said to your mother, this fight is coming. If we manage to defend this little area of Waterdeep, that's great for you and your family. But where will the Castellantas turn their attention to next? They already destroyed Snowbeetle Orchard by accident. My gods, there's still the northern lands of the city, there's still the lands to the south, and what about inside the city? They will not give up their power easily, and the guild masters are encroaching on their abilities to make money and profits. They will seek to destroy something. This fight will come one way or another, so I ask you, if not us, then who? And if not now, when? One way or another, today, tomorrow, this century, or the next, this revolution will have to happen, and we must be proactive about it.
We are prepared for that fight. Look, we already got spears,
and she goes over to the corner of this hut, and there, leaning on the corner, there's just very crappily made, like it's just a stick with a sharp end.
And he says, look, we got a spear right here, ready to stab anyone.
Yes, we will need to do something about getting better weapons. Inchi, I was actually hoping to talk to you about your abilities inside the city walls. You know, in the Docks Ward, there are warehouses full of weapons run by a noble family, I believe. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a notebook. He says, the arms traders, who are they? And Sinesh says, the Growlhounds. The Growlhounds are the arms traders we were scoping out. He says,
Growlhound,
yes, the
that
Growlhounds.
rings a bell.
If you could do something for us inside the city, like smuggle these weapons out, it would greatly increase our chance of being able to defend this area and then eventually march in there and liberate the city from these nobles. And when he says that, your mother says, well, Throm, you haven't asked why I started this village here. You see, we were actually from the outside of Neverwinter, a goblin clan that my mother and my father ran. We didn't oppress nobody, no. The people looked up to them for help and guidance. But they did things a little bit differently than we do here. They killed, they stole, they robbed people to defend themselves and provide. And when I was growing up, everyone around me was a little bit wicked. They didn't look at other people as friends or family. They looked at everyone as competition. And I wanted to get away from that. And when Inchi's father died and I was all alone with him, I didn't want him to grow up in that environment. So I made my way here with a few of my family members, and we started Suput Village, and we try to be peaceful here. And I know self-defense is one thing, but when I hear you talk about wiping out bloodlines, I don't want anybody that I've raised killing nobles for no reason, or even noble children. And Throm says, but surely you see that is how the power reproduces itself and continues generation after generation. If we just did away with the parents, the children would rise up and they'd have legal claims to those lands. They would have the loyalty of their family gods. The problem would just reappear. It is something that must be wiped out for good. And Sinesh says, Throm, haven't we talked about this? Yeah, we want to make a good world. We want to make a fair world. But, if we build a city on blood, it'll demand blood to keep functioning. And Throm slams the table and says, Sinesh, I thought you were over this. We've talked about this. The revolution is needed. The revolution is coming, and we must be proactive in doing it and preparing for it. And Sinesh says, well, I just want whatever we do, if we have bloody means, then we're going to have bloody ends. So we need to figure out a way to make peaceful means to achieve our ends, because that's the only way peace is going to last. And Throm Stoker says, bah! I thought you were over this childish nonsense.
I mean, a little murder's okay. Come on now.
Exactly. Inchi gets it, because Inchi's actually seen the city from the inside. Inchi, is it a peaceful place there? Does everybody go about their day smiling and smelling the dandelions?
Well, it's kind of hard for dandelions to grow in some parts. There's a lot of stone, and there's a surprising amount of trash everywhere. But no, they don't smell dandelions.
When I rule the city, I will make plenty of space for dandelions, and I will get rid of all the trash so that the people may flourish. And your mother again looks just a little bit concerned, and she says, well, regardless, we'll come to that when it comes to that, but we do need to defend our village. Right, Inchi?
Well, I'm still trying to see if I can move you guys into this big manor. I do like this village. I don't want to see it fall. If we got to fight, then we got to fight. So yes, we should get some more spears. And maybe some daggers too. Or big daggers.
Throm Stoker says, yes. Now, madam, would you mind? I would love it if I could have a stiff drink before we make our way out. Sinesh, could you help her with that? And your mom looks a little bit taken aback, but is very polite, and she says, oh, yes, of course, Mr. Cause, of course. That's in the liquor hut. Come with me, Mr. of Thresh. Sinesh says, well, Sinesh is just fine, but yeah. He gives Throm a little side look, because he knows when he's being dismissed, but he does what his leader tells him to do. And they both exit the hut. And Throm...
And she yelled after his mom, wait, we have liquor? Hey, I want some. So what's up, Mr. Big Guy?
He says, Inchi, I have great and grand dreams of a utopia, of a peaceful place where everyone, goblin, human, Aarakocra alike, can come and flourish and pursue their dreams and their goals. Contribute, yes, to making the city. Someone has to till the fields, someone has to clean the latrines, but there should be enough time in the day to do the work that is necessary and also do the work that is spiritually fulfilling to you. And he puts a hand on your shoulder, and he doesn't weigh you down with it. He's very soft with it, again, treating you and your body with respect. And he says, but the only way to get that is if we cleanse this city of its infection first. I can tell that you know what I mean by that in a way that others do not.
No, not really. It would take a lot of soap to clean that big of a city.
He breathes in deeply and sighs a bit, and he says, Inchi, the people that are destroying the city have names and addresses, and we must see with clarity what is to be done with them. They must die, so that the new world can be born. Will you help me accomplish that goal?
You gonna help protect this village here?
It will protect this village, and every village like this village. Our cause is noble, our cause is glorious, and we will have to do unpleasant things to make it a reality.
Well, as long as you're here about to kill some folks so that they don't get to my part of town. And she kind of gestures to his village. And yeah, sure, big guy. I'll help you out.
Says, my Inchi, I wish I had 100 more goblins just like you. Do me a favor, and after we leave, you need to prepare them for what is to come. Yes?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay. And he pulls out a handkerchief, and it is one of those ruby rabbit handkerchiefs. And he hands it to you, and you can tell that inside there's some kind of long metallic object. And he says, that is for you, Inchi. Should you ever need something from the ruby rabbits, simply display that handkerchief or that bandana, and I or Sinesh or one of my rabbits will be happy to help you out.
Ooh, cool, another banana. My bandana. Yeah.
And she roll an insight check.
Damn it.
Yeah, so he just handed you that and said that you're as good as one of his ruby rabbits. Your mother and Sinesh come back, and your mother has half a bottle of whiskey and some very old wine. And she says, yeah, the snow beetles actually gave us this. We traded them for some building materials that we had here from the fallen branches. They were really desperate a couple months back before you folks showed up. You're doing right by them. They're a good family of halflings. They've never caused us any harm, and they've been very friendly. And Sinesh says, yes, the snow beetles, they're doing just great. And with that, Throm gets up and he humbly takes the bottle of whiskey from your mother and he says, thank you, madame. I, of course, will be back here, not just to talk to the 15 soldiers you wish for us to train, but to enjoy some more of your marvelous soup. Inshi, Mama Inshi, you have a lovely evening. And he steps out of the hut and he says, rabbits! And he says it very loudly, and his voice booms all around. And all of his people come up to him, and they give him a salute. And he says, back to Snow Beetle Orchard. And they all begin to walk out, far, far from being the disorganized group of thieves they were when Thorgrin first encountered them. And your mother comes up to you, and she says, well, Inchi, I have this bottle of wine. You said that you wanted it. I myself don't drink.
And she pops open the top, takes a sip, and then just hands the bottle back to her. Ah, thanks, Mom. You know, I was wrong about those guys. Kind of neat.
Inchi, there comes a time in every man's life where he must do something hard, something brutal, to protect himself or the ones he loves, or something important to him. And some of those men, they get in their head that the violence is the good thing, and not the protecting. Promise me no matter what you do, you'll remember, you should only hurt to protect people, right?
Well, I mean, violence and protection, you know, you can have violence without protection, but you can't really have protection without violence, at least what I have seen. So, I mean, violence is going to happen, Mom.
He says, I know that, Inchi. And she takes a long look at that bottle, and then she sets it down, and she gives you a big hug. She says, Inchi, everything that you've done for us is incredible. I'm so proud of you. You're not my little boy anymore. She rubs your head. You're my little man.
Well, I'm a big man, at least a big boy. I mean, I'm not. I'm big. Thank
She
you,
smiles
Mom.
at you. She loves you so very much. Here, take this bottle of wine. Get it away from me. Take it back to your friends in the city. Have a good time.
Oh, nice. And she takes another sip. All right, I've got to head back. They're probably worried sick about me. Can't do nothing until the mastermind comes back. So, bye, Mom. I'll see you guys. I'll try to come back sooner next time.
All right. And she says, of course, Inchi, we're always happy to have you here. And as you walk out of Soup Hut Village, some people say, bye, Uncle Inchi. Bye, Cousin Inchi. Bye, Nephew Inchi. And as you're walking by the fire, two of these children goblins have picked up bones, and they're using them as fake swords, and they're battling each other. And one of the goblins pokes the other one in the chest with like the blunt end of a bone and says, take that, noble. And then he turns around to everybody else and says, rise up, rabbits. Rise up, rabbits. And a few of the kids join him in that chant.
Yeah, kill them all. Hey, Sika, you better return that coin. Bye. Okay, bye, guys.
Blinken, you're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
As you sleep, you're actually sharing a vision with Aranax, and you have these visions of flying over the Sword Coast, seeing all the different beautiful cities, but the grandest and most marvelous was Waterdeep. Going back to Castle Intervilla. Okay, so y'all are sneaking your way up to the third floor. Okay,
Yeah,
so this
yeah.
is area... Oh, this is just a staircase. Okay, so there's nothing in here right now. Y'all get to the end of these stairs, and there's a door to your north and a door to your south.
All right, point at Huel, and I'm going to point to the south door.
Like we split up?
Yeah.
You go north, I go south?
Yeah.
Well, I was kind of needing to be staying by you, so I'm naturally stealthy, but...
Oh,
it's split
okay.
up.
Well, then, no, if you don't want to split up, we don't have to.
No, for the time being, we're good. There's just more so to get past like that bit in the house. If we got caught, you know what I mean? Like could hide like under something or roll under
Yeah.
a rug. We're good now. I bump into you and push you. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'll go to the south door.
One job.
Like walk into it.
All right. So, I'm going to gently push and open the top door.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
It is 23.
Okay. So with that, you are able to gently push open the door, and you see what looks to be a child's playroom. And I think that's a Peppa Pig and a Mr. Potato Head there on the map. So that's interesting.
Mr. Potato Head.
It is most
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
That's amazing. He's canon
Yeah.
now in D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So strewn about on the floor are giant stuffed toys, Jack in the Box's dolls, and a rocking horse shaped like a roll horse. There's a large mobile in the form of a butterfly that hangs from the ceiling, turning listlessly. There is a woman here, actually, in this chair, but she has fallen asleep. She appears to be some kind of old caretaker.
Cool. The kid's not in here, right? So I'm just gonna close the door.
There's also a door right here. And through that, you can hear the sound of a young girl's voice saying, Tintero, stop! Give that back! That's mine!
Is that the same voice that I'm looking for?
Mm-hmm. That is the voice that you heard singing earlier in El Tortural Academy, singing, Save me, get me the hells out of here.
I'm gonna poke Huel, and I'm gonna motion to the door.
There's that woman sleeping on the chair in the corner as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna motion to the door, and then I'm gonna motion to the woman, and then I'm gonna point towards the second door.
Yeah, I'm sneaking in. I'm with you for sure.
Okay, I'm going to pull out some rope and cloth.
This is not a human woman. This is a tiefling woman, an older tiefling woman with graying hair. So she has purple skin and she has horns sticking out of her head.
Oh, the plan I think is still the same. We're gonna tie and gag her.
Okay.
That's the plan, right? You're okay with this?
I mean, I'm gonna stop him for a second. Like, we could dress up like those guards we'd seen downstairs, walk past. I'll bust out my bag there, and I'm gonna show. I don't know how to show. There's that. I could pass him the costume, and then use the spell disguise self. I'm not gonna use it. I'm just gonna.
I mean,
We could just tie her up though.
we could just tie her up.
I'm saying we could just walk in, and we'll look like guards, just trying to.
I get what you're getting at, but at the same time, what if she sees through it?
You'd have advantage on convincing her over the table. But we could just, sneak up and we'll do like the pounding thing with his hand, like the rock, paper, scissors, but just the rock 3 times.
Well, that is an
Up to you.
option.
Because it's to this door to the south, and we gotta, I don't really
Okay.
I don't really have the means to tie her up. That's why I'm suggesting it. I don't
Well,
know.
I'm sure I have enough rope.
I have some leather. Like, if let me tie him up with some leather.
I have the
Mm.
linens. I have the linens that I took off of the tables. We can use. I'm going to start cutting and ripping the linens into long strands of cloth.
This is great.
Not all of it though, because I still want to bring some back to the bar. But I'm going to take one of them and sacrifice it for the cause.
Okay. Also, that chef you saw downstairs was a tiefling.
So yeah, we are going to sneak on in
Okay.
and gag her and then restrain her. I feel like is the play.
Okay. Both of y'all have to roll a stealth check to get all the way to her without knocking on any of the toys or making a commotion.
Do I argue I get advantage because I'm naturally stealthy? And I'm hiding in Thorgan's cheeks?
Mm.
I am dummy thick.
At least one size larger than you, and he is not
Oh,
one
we're the
size
same.
larger than you.
Yeah, we're the same size. Yep.
Short boys.
Oh, you're a
yes,
medium
I've-
creature?
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not small. I'm
Halfling.
medium.
I thought you were
Halfling.
small.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
halfling, you're a dwarf, you're the same size.
Sorry, I'm sneaking around Brax too much. I'm trying to cheese everything. Stealth there is.
I would let you hide behind the horse. I think that is bigger than you. Huel got a 15 for his stealth. What about you, Thorgrim?
Alright.
He's looking to see what he has now.
Hold up, what's the distance between the door and the grandma?
Here we go.
5, 10, 15, 20. I would say 20.
I mean, I can move 35 feet. Can I just run in and dive her before
Oh
she
my
hits the
god.
bell?
I mean, yeah, but that would make some noise.
RKO.
Just sprint in and spear her.
Like, he's up to get up from the chair, and you just
Put her
RKO
back
right
in.
into the chair.
Yeah, I remember this at WrestleMania.
Okay, yeah, let's try to be sneaky, but I'm gonna ready myself to dive her if I need to.
Hey, that's a really good stealth check for both of you. So you're able to sneak all the way up to her, and you can tell that she is an old tiefling. She has this graying hair and short red horns. She has red skin and red eyes and is wearing a red dress. She loves the color red, apparently. And she is sleeping softly. Looks like she sat down here to rest after playing with the children. It's some kind of a nana.
Well, I'm gonna take some of the linen, bundle it up, take another piece of linen, use it as a piece of rope, and she getting gagged.
Okay. As you prepare to do this, you hear those voices again come from the next room. Tenzuro, I said that's mine. Give it to me. Gods, when will our parents give us separate rooms? You are a fiend, I tell you, a fiend. And you hear some wicked laughter of a small boy. Okay, you're gonna start tying her up.
We're committing to it. Yeah, it would seem
I'm
that
gonna
way.
cast a cantrip
Okay.
on her face after we're done tying her up to make it look like she doesn't have that. It'd be image, the last category. So
Okay.
it says a 5-foot cube, just making her
Okay.
look like she's sleeping again.
Okay. All right. Describe to me how you tie her up, because you're gonna have to make some checks here. What are you trying to do here?
Okay, so this is the rocking chair, right?
Yep.
Okay, so to start, I'm gonna gag her like you would normally, right?
Okay. Just shove it right in her mouth, and she wakes up. And she goes,
Hey, yo.
And then
and she gets a turn. She's gonna struggle to get up. So y'all have to make a grapple check to hold her down.
It's an old woman.
that
It's
sounds
fine.
like effort. I'm gonna punch her in the head.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack roll, big boy.
24.
That hits.
Yeah, do the
9
damage. Oh.
Oh boy.
I'm not
Okay.
even gonna roll damage because I do 1 plus strength. What was the other one? I add to it.
I mean, roll your damage
Oh.
if you want, man.
I'm gonna give her an
Oh,
aneurysm.
it's 1 plus 8, anyways. So
Oh, okay.
it's just 9 damage.
He's gonna give her an
Oh, okay.
aneurysm, just punching her in the face.
Fucking concuss her.
So, yeah, you hit her so hard, her face starts bleeding where your punch cracked the skin.
Oh,
Uh,
no, I
you-
didn't want to. I didn't want to beat her.
You said I hit her in the face.
Yeah.
You said grappling her is work. Punching her in the face. That's easy.
It's an old lady.
Yeah.
An old
She
lady,
looks-
an old lady who was sleeping, mind you.
Yeah, for real, dude. She probably spent all day taking care of these children and just wanted a moment's peace. But
Okay,
you're
well,
you're
I'll-
committed now.
I'm pulling a Tony Stark. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
All right, so you hit her once, you get more than one attack.
I don't want to kill her.
I mean, do you hit her in the face?
Non-lethal punch again. 21.
Jesus Christ, that hits.
It's another 9.
God fucking damn it. Heal.
I try to just grapple her to try to, or just knocking her out now.
There's no point gagging her now. She's fucking.
Yeah, I'm gonna use vicious mockery and kind of just say what Thorgrim was saying, go to sleep.
Just beating this old lady.
I don't even know what to do at this point.
Punch her in the
What did you
head.
say you were gonna do?
Non-lethally vicious mockery, her to sleep.
Non-lethal vicious mockery.
Yeah,
Okay.
say go to sleep, go to sleep. That's what he's doing, but he's whispering it like a soft lullaby.
Oh,
Go
God.
to sleep, you stupid old hag. Go the fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think you can non-lethally do this.
Yeah, it's psychic damage in the brain. It's definitely not
It's an aneurysm.
and it's a spell too, right? It gets weird when it's
All right, are you casting it at a higher level?
Jesus.
no, it's 2d6 because we're level 5.
Because it only does 1d4.
But you have to make a save, right? It's a kid.
Or yeah, you're taking your 5, so that's 18. So 24 damage total has been done to her. It is her turn, and she is going to try to push you off of her. Thorgrim, you're the one holding her down, so she's going to make a melee attack on you, and if it hits, she's going to push you off of her, okay?
Okay.
Plus 0 to her strength. So, nope, she tries to push you off of her, and you just hold her down in the chair.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
you-
going to intimidate.
You hear those voices from the other room. Elzinra says, Tenzuro, give it back right now, or I'll go get Nana, or I'll go get Milton. He always knows how to control you. All right, Thorgrim, what do you do?
I don't want to hurt you anymore. Please, just sit there. Just fucking tie you up, please. I don't want to hurt you anymore.
How do you say that?
Sit there and shut up.
You say it that loudly?
No. Try not to laugh.
She is still trying to push you off of her. She's clawing at your arm and stuff. She's not gonna just give up. Or I guess make an intimidate check.
You know what? Can I grapple and just try to chokehold her to sleep?
Oh, now you grapple.
Shut up.
Oh, God.
Yeah, go
I'm gonna
ahead.
grapple. grapple for the chokehold.
Contesting strength rolls. She got a 9.
It's a great
I
time.
crit for a 27.
Good
All right,
time.
you grapple her down. She's still struggling. You'd have to like hold her for like I think 30 seconds to knock her out.
I mean, I don't
Asked
think
her to-
she's going to
it'd be
win in strength for me
I-
against me.
I think honestly, non-lethally hitting her 2 more times would knock her out faster. But it's whatever
Okay.
you want to do.
Okay, let's just go for it.
Okay, roll 2 attacks.
9.
That one misses. She moves out of the way of it.
All right. Oh, that's my 2 attacks this turn. So
Well, no,
Grapple.
you're not. You decided not to grapple her, and you decided to
Oh, okay.
attack instead. So go ahead and roll your other one.
13.
That one hits.
9.
9. Like you hit her, and like she looks like she's almost about to like pass out, but like a last minute bit of panic keeps her awake. Huel, what do you do?
I think I'm just gonna bonk her with the loot
What?
Make an attack roll.
non-lethally.
You can do that non-lethally. Hey, that hits. Roll damage.
So 4.
And oh, dude, that's exactly what you needed. I was about to say, yeah, you need to get a 4 to knock her out. You get her down to 0 HP. She is not dead, but she is knocked out. She is bleeding from multiple punches and a dagger hilt or a loot hit to the face. And she goes limp and she stops struggling. The gag's still in her mouth, and you two stand around the chair in this children's playroom with all these toys and like the butterfly swinging around up top, and you're just breathing heavily. And then this door right here opens, and you hear someone step out and say, Nana, Tenziro's being and the door closes behind her, and she looks up and sees this scene, and her face goes pale white with fear, and she opens her mouth, and she's trying to
We're
like,
here to save you.
and she's trying to be loud, but she can't really get it out because she's so scared, and she goes, Milton.
For good.
I'm gonna have to hit a child.
Oh, god damn it. All right. We'll leave it
Died.
there. We'll just
Yeah.
Oh
Let's
my
think on it.
god! Yeah,
gonna look
take a week.
black,
Take a
but-
week to think about that. Holy shit! What the?
I just like the idea of Thorgrim like looking at Nana and then looking to Elzira and just making a beeline for her and freeze frame.
Yeah, just cause the black.
Wow!
Next
You
time.
could see the look of I fucked up on Thorgrim's
Oh
face.
my god!
Yeah, I didn't think this far ahead.
All right. This was a good session. The intro music is Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Connie Jash, and the video is Waterdeep Dragon Heist by Smite or Flight. This episode also featured a piano cover of This World from Westworld, performed by Dominique Carpentier.